Hello and welcome to another edition of Art of Our Moon. On today's edition, it's pop in the real world. I'm working on a piece. I've already started it. I don't know when I started this, but started a while back. And I've already painted some of the face over. I've done that before where I didn't leave it black and white. I just painted some of the face over, a little light paint over the top. And it's Sitting Bull. Basically did the trim, and these HUs I sat there and cut them with the scissors, so it's less of a ripped HU. It's more of a spiky kind of, which I like spiky stuff, of course. I've mentioned that if you ever watch some of the videos I did, some of the drawing ones, you'll see that I like spiky stuff. And I've already filled it in some, but basically going to do the overlay on it. So, more of the detailing, which I like doing detailing. If you haven't seen any of the videos, that's basically, I do a lot of I've done a lot of painting and stuff, and, this is more like detail painting, but, I need a new brush, too, apparently. This is getting ruined. I use cheap brushes, so I'm pretty hard on brushes, man. I like to put them in the water and get them out. I don't clean my brushes. I just keep using the same ones over and over and over until they die, that is. And then, whatever. But that's why I go for cheap stuff. It would be nice to have some real nice stuff, but I think I've just ruined it anyway. Anyway, so it's Sitting Bull. I've done a number of these, and this actual image. And it's been really good for me. Different sizes and stuff like that. That's one way with the photocopying. I can manipulate the size. I know that's not really a traditional argument for processing a painting or an art piece. It's rendering it in a different image size is an important staple. Didn't develop that skill as much. That would be nice. And it came down to crunch time a lot of times. And then you get into, you want to do different sizes. It'd be kind of cool. For some reason, I don't know why, but it kind of is a renewal of your interest in doing things in different sizes. So you get into making stuff that's maybe you go into smalls. Just mess around one time, do it. Experimentation is a very important part. Right now it's kind of the same mode. I'm in the mode right now of doing these same, which is fine, you can get familiar with things and kind of what you're doing, and I like that, like I told you before. The last movie I did, video or whatever, it's routine sounding, but then you kind of know what you're doing, as long as you're not bored or whatever. But maybe you get bored, or you just want experimentation. I want to mix up the videos too. I don't want them to be boring, the same stuff over and over and over. I try to mix up different styles so far, and I did some stencil videos and whatever. But anyway, you get different sizes, and that changes it too. So you can do some size. How can we make some smalls, and then there's something that sparks, and you're like, oh wow, okay, that something just happened, and that was really fun, and now I will do a bunch of those, in that size or whatever. Yeah, I'm just redoing over the blacks that were drawings and then converted into kind of the lights dim there for a second. Come on, lights, don't go all the way out now. Power loss is not fun. It's been really cold. But anyway, so I'm going over kind of the just the outer trim of this and different, detailing. But you couldn't even see that, could you? Oh, that was fun. But yeah, it was pencil, and then I, copy it, and then I can manipulate it. That is, and I keep saying that, but it's really useful. It's a really nice. It's more so than you could do in the time frame. You got to spend a lot of time doing that. You could do it then, but it's a lot of time. It's already enough time now. It seems like I thought, it's not like I'm going to make $1 million, and that was the idea. It was just, how do you convert pencil drawings into something I can put on a canvas or presentable, basically, into something other than being under glass, which I personally don't want to do. So, anyway, so you get like the drawings, and then you like, you just paint all the time. It's fine. It's on canvas or panel. This is on panel. I tend to like panel because I can make. It's like the economics of things. Canvas, you can make it, but I mean I've done it. But then if you paint a bunch, as soon as you get them done, you want to paint on them. I mean, it's like, oh god, it's a new canvas. I used to be addicted to painting on canvas. It's just really fun. I haven't really painted on canvas in a really long time because mainly there's a cost involved after a while, and I can get a lot of panel. It's not as seductive, if we're going to be completely honest, as a canvas. And there's an established kind of, a lot of stuff in art is like the established process is, hey, well that's the whatever. It gets a little bit old to me. The accepted way to do things, which art in itself, if you take art history or whatever, yes, things changed, but I mean they stayed the same for a long time too. There'd be a change and stuff, but everything has changed over time. So whatever the establishment was saying, that was the way to things, you do those things, and that's what an artist does. Those things changed over time. I like historical arguments because you can pretty much argue historically against a lot of arguments in art. I mean, one of the main ones, man, the wind is whistling pretty hard, so I wonder how cold it is outside. One of the main ones is like, oh, you can't do that, that's not possible, or you shouldn't do that, and I think if you look, I don't have the example sitting in front of me for whatever particular argument it is, but it has pretty much all been done, unfortunately. I hate that. I really hate that, because then it's like, oh, what does that mean about what I'm doing? Although I don't think this is so revolutionary. It's fun to do, and I really enjoy making these. So that counts for more than being necessarily reaching out to make it revolutionary. But basically, everything's been done. So you just look through history, and somebody says you can't do that. That's not the right way to do it. You can be like, really? Hold on. What about this guy? Oh, and not only did he do it, he it could be a she too, I guess, but it seems lesser because there's less artists that were female that were allowed to be artists or whatever. A lot of the old ways it was like you're allowed to be an artist, whether I'm going to be an artist. Well, it doesn't always work that way. In the old school, we're talking like a long time ago, so it was difficult for men to be artists in general, and then women had a harder time in the system. It was like always how it is, right? But basically, it's difficult to say that because there's so many examples. Even if there isn't a million examples, there's always one example of somebody. And I mean, it doesn't mean you're not Einstein. I know, Einstein did it. That's not a good argument. But somebody did it, so it is possible. So whatever you're thinking about doing, don't listen to people that tell you. I mean, you can listen to them. You don't have to agree and accept their viewpoint. Listening to people is important. I mean, even if you disagree, it can get a little old after a while, because if it's like politics or something, you don't want to hear somebody. After a while, it gets a little old having to hear somebody who's staunchly into something and they won't listen to it. And I mean, doesn't mean I'll listen to what they say absolutely either, but it just gets old. Maybe just part ways. But I think it's important to listen to people in general, like listen to different viewpoints on things, as long as you can maintain maybe your viewpoint. It doesn't mean it has to be concrete and it never changes, but anyway, I mean, there's arguments of saying, wow, it's you can't do that. I think that's crap. So I think that's something to keep in mind. Now, it doesn't mean you can do every single thing, or what should you do, and all that. I don't know. That gets into be kind of complex. Okay, this is 9 minutes. Boy, I can ramble on all day, obviously, as you see that. Okay, so we better do some time-lapsing, or it's going to be a 30-minute video now. It's playing. I won't make it 30 minutes. Alright, I'm time-lapse some of this. Okay, we're back. This is the end of the video. Again, it was Sitting Bull. I got a little bit. I mean, I guess I want to be more expressive with the painting. It's pretty controlled, but I mean, it's really fun. Anyway, I did some more detailing, and then I started doing red on the hair for some reason. I don't know. I wanted to do red on just different editions of the colors, so it wasn't the same all the time, and it wasn't just like completely formula, but I mean there's a formula here, but anyway, you see the different detailing I did on it, how I had the blacks and then more red and then a little bit of white in there. I had white for a while. If you like this video at all, if you tolerated it to this point, you liked it somewhat, I would assume. Just hit the like if you like it. You know, and then subscribe if you wouldn't mind. That'd be awesome. I'm trying to build it up, as I said this a million times, but I'm trying to build it up. And I'll make a million more videos, hopefully, and we'll build all the numbers up. That'd be sweet, just for whatever that is. I don't know. Anyway, if you liked it at all, hit the like. I appreciate that. Anything you can do to support what I'm doing would be sweet. Other than that, get out there and make some art today.